Hey guys, and welcome back to the World War II Solitaire board game channel and another week of Lone Sherman, the Pacific. So last week we completed Tarawa Beach 1 and now we start on Saipan. So first of course we have the landing and then we have north towards Garapan and finally we got clearing Garapan. So let's see if we can survive the landing. One good thing here is that we don't have any seawall, which is very much appreciated because it's not easy getting up the seawall. So our mission is to destroy the heavy artillery and then move off the map in this direction from this hex. So the first thing we need to do is to place out 2 artillery pieces. So roll 2d6. And let's see here, 2 random red numbered, so 4 and then 3. And then we need to place 2 AT guns similarly at 4 and 5. And since 4 is already taken, we need to reroll that one. 5 is taken as well. 2, however, is not taken. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough landing. And then we have, let's see here, our Sherman. So we will place our Sherman and we can decide in what direction this one is gonna be to. There is a chance we're gonna get tanks in this mission, and this time it's type 97 tanks instead of 95. So they actually have 1 in their armor piercing value. So they are a little bit better than the type 95. So 2 artillery pieces, 2 anti-tank guns, and then we have the Sherman. And yeah, it just says that the rocky ground up here, we cannot move up to that with the Sherman. We can also not fire on any enemy infantry which is located on those rocky high ground hexes. So I need to destroy the artillery. I'm contemplating whatever I should perhaps move maybe up here. That's going to be 1 more hex I need to travel, but I don't want to stay in the line of fire from this guy. So I think that's the way we're going to do it. We are in a C hex, so it's a little bit problematic. We start unloaded. We start with buttoned up and 0 US casualties. We start playing, remove Sherman smoke, position commander, always popped hatch. I never closed that hatch, to be honest. And then we have mover attack. And I think we start with attack since we're gonna move out of this hex up here. We're not gonna be in line of sight. So we'll start with attack. So I get 0 dice from the sea, and I get 2 because of the loader and gunner alive, and then because the commander has his hatch popped. So we get 3 dice, and I am hoping for a 1 or a 2 and a 5 or a 6. Ooh, that's very good. That means I can fire, I can reload. So we use the 1 to load our gun, and then we use the 6 to fire our gun, and his size is 5, and he is 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away. So that's 9, 10, because it's a building hex. We need 10 or higher to hit him. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. We used 2 to load our gun again, and then we will try to drive out of here. We only get 2 dice, -1 because of C, 1 because of the driver. So that's 0, 1 because of the system driver, and 1 if the commander has his hash popped. We want to get a 5 or a 6, preferably. We got a 6 if it's not knocked down, and we got a 5. Okay, so we use the 6 to move up, and then the 5 we will forfeit because we need to turn now before we can keep moving. We roll on the C table. We roll 2 dice, 1 from C and 1 because the commander's alive. I roll a 2 and a 5. 2 is repair and 5 is driver turn or move. So that's perfect. We get to turn. And that's the end of our turn. There's not going to be any fire level. Japanese units are going to get to act. The AT guns, we start with this one, which is, I believe he is closest. Oh, they're at the same length. So just start with that one. It's gonna be the easiest one. 1 and 4. So 1 is turned towards the Sherman, and 4 is fire, but he's not in line of sight. And then this guy, and he gets a 3, which is turned towards Sherman, but he's already turned, so he's not gonna turn. However, he got a 5, which is unfortunately fire, so he will get to fire. My size is 4. I am 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away, so he needs 8 or higher. And he rolls a 9, the bastard. Okay, so that's not good for me. He hits me. He hits my frontal side armor, which has an armor value of 10. His AT value, or AP value, is 2, so he needs 8 or higher to penetrate my armor. And he rolls 7. Ooh, lucky break. Thank you. All right, and then we have Japanese firepower. A lot of dice now, 6 dice, 2 for the AT guns and 4 for the heavy artillery. And whoops. The last one got me. Okay, but that's fair. 6 dice and 1 casualty is not too bad. Okay, and then we go to the next turn, and this time we start... I think we'll start by firing. I don't see it likely that we will get... we can't get enough moves. We could get enough to fire on this one, but I'd rather shoot at this one, I guess. Nah, okay, I'll move first. Okay, so we will get 2 dice to move. So let's see here. Yes, 2 dice. 3 and 4, and both of them are turn. So we're not gonna use any of those. So then we go to the attack, and this time we get to roll 3 dice instead. And that's a pretty good roll. So we use the 5 to fire, and we fire again at the AT gun, which has a size of 5. It's 4 hexes away in a building. We need 10 or higher to hit. And roll 9, so it's a miss, and then we use the double 6 to load our gun. Then we roll on the C table. Let's hope we can get a 5 now, because I want to get out of line of sight from this guy. We get a 6 and a 4. Okay, so the 4 is fire machine guns, and the 6 is fire main gun or load. So we're going to fire the main gun again. And you know the numbers. We need 10 or higher to hit. And we get 4, so it's a bust. Very bad. Fire level, it's 0. We go to the Japanese units. Let's start with this guy. A 1 and a 2, so he will turn towards Sherman. Like that, and then 2 if facing building hex, move to it. But he's not going to do it. But if he was still facing this direction, he would actually have moved into that building. It's very rare that AT guns moves, but it does happen. And then let's go for this bad boy. Let's hope we don't roll more than a 3. Okay, so 3 is turned towards Sherman. He's already facing me. And then the 4 is fire. So my size is 4. I am 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away. He needs 8 or higher. And he gets 6. Oh, okay. And then we have Japanese firepower. And I forgot to roll on the random event. We're going to have to roll 2 times. And we have 6 dice for the firepower. And we got no 6s. Perfect. So then we do the end of turn events, which we have to do 2 times since we forgot last turn. I got too excited from surviving. So we get a 10, which is infantry. Roll d6 and place on a matching blue number. So he should be here. And then let's, before we roll for the last random event, let's roll for his orders since he would have actually have spawned last turn. So he rolls a 1, 3, and a 6. A 1 is fire if adjacent to the Sherman, so he's not going to do that. A 3 is fire, and a 6 is also fire. So all of them are firing. And then let's roll 1 for the Japanese firepower, which would have happened since he would already have been spawned, but it's a 5, so we're good. And then we roll one more time on the end of turn events. And we roll an 8, so that's infantry again. And it's on 2, which he already is on, so he does not spawn. Okay, so we go to the next turn, and I can see this is going to be a little bit tougher because in previous missions you only had to roll 10 or higher to get a positive thing, but here you have to roll 11 or higher. So it's going to be a lot of bad events, it's going to be a lot of infantry spawning. So we are going to want to move up and take out those 80 the heavy artillery as fast as we can and just get out of there. We will start by moving on, rolling on the movement again. I'm unloaded anyway. So we roll only 2 dice. And it's a double 1, so that's 2 reverses, but we can use the double to move, so that's what we do. And then we roll on the attack, but just we can't attack anything. So let's just roll to hope that we hopefully get to reload our gun. We get to roll 3 dice. And roll a 2, which is reload, so we load our gun. And then we have a 6 and a 3. 3 is the machine gun, and this guy is over here. We can fire at him, but his size is 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're not going to be able to kill him with one d6. And the main gun, I'm not in line of sight of any of these targets, unfortunately. So we're going to have to skip that. Let's roll for C table. And we roll a 3 and a 2. 2 would be repair, 3 would be smoke or repair, but not in C. Otherwise, we could have put a smoke out. Okay, and that's the end of our turn. We go to the AT guns. We roll this one first, and the first one is turn. And the 4 is fire, but he can't fire. And the next one is turn towards the Sherman. And the 4 is fire, but he can't fire. Again, we're not rolling for these if we're not in the line of fire. It's just a waste of time. And then we have the infantry. And he rolls 2, 2, and 4. So that's 4 movements. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 3 movements. Sorry, 3 movements. Ooh, he's getting closer. Okay, we're going to have to take that guy out. And then we have Japanese firepower, and it's gonna be a lot of dice now. It is gonna be 7 dice, not good. And we have 2 6s, so we go up to 3 casualties. Get over here. All right, and then it is end of turn events. And roll a 7, so that's gonna be a Japanese tank. Type 97, roll d6. If a 1, 2, or 5 is rolled, place on the blue numbered hex if vacant. Facing number, no reroll. So if we roll a 4 now or a 3, which are these rocky high grounds, we don't have to spawn him. And we roll a 4, so we're very lucky he is not placed out. Thank you. And that is the end of the turn. We go again, and I think I'm gonna start by firing, hopefully take out that infantry squad. So we roll 3 dice. And we get 1 machine gun fire. So the infantry has a size of 2, and he's 2 hexes away, so we need a 4 or higher to take him out. We have a 50% chance to do it. We roll a 6, perfect. So we take out that infantry, very good. And then we roll for movement. We roll again, we're still on the C, so we only roll 2 dice. A 3 and a 2, both of them are turn. That's not something that I want to do, so I'll stay put. We roll 2 dice on the random. Let's hope for a 5. A 1 and a 2, so that's extinguish fire or repair. We have no need for that. Let's roll for that AT gun. And it's a turn, and then it's a turn, and the next AT gun, and it's gonna be nothing, and then we skip these guys. And then again, we have Japanese firepower, and this time it's one less dice. One less die, it's 6 dice. Ah, man, 2 casualties. We're already up at 5. Things are not looking great. End of turn events. 8, that's not good. That's more infantry. 5, which is gonna be... Let's see here, where's 5? Here. Okay, and then it is our turn again. We start with movement. We roll 2 dice. And we just cannot get out of the water. A 4 is turn, a 2 is turn, so we skip. There's no point in rolling for attack since I'm not in line of sight. So we go to C, hope for a roll of 5. And we roll a 6, which is load or fire. 1 is extinguished. We're still stuck in the water. So imagine a seawall on top of that. Not very good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll for the AT gun first. Up here, and he rolls a 1, which is turn, and a 5, which is fire, which is ignored. Next AT gun also turns, and then for the infantry. 3, 3, and 4, and 3 is fire, 4 is move, so he's gonna move closer to the Sherman. And then it is, again, 7 dice for the Japanese firepower. And 1 more casualty, we're up to 6 now, so I think this is not gonna be our day, unfortunately. And there's not much we can do about that firepower. And then we have end of turn events. And we have a 10, so that's more infantry. And we have, oh man, I think it was a 4, and that's already occupied, so we do not get any infantry. Yeah, a roll of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is reinforcements. So I think this is one of those missions you really have to do quickly because you're just going to get surged by all the enemy forces. It is our turn again. We roll again on the movement. We want a 5 or a 6. And we get a 2 and a 2, which is useless. However, we can use the double to finally move. Thank God. Let's go ahead and roll. We are now on a clear hex, so we get 4 dice for our attack. We actually get 5 dice. And that's not really what I was looking for, but it's okay. We'll use the 5 to attack, and we'll attack this artillery gun. And he is 2 hexes away. His size is 4, so that means I need a 6 or higher to hit him. But then he's in a building, so it's 7 or higher to hit him. Crap, I roll a 3, so that's a miss. I use the double 2 to fire again. But before I do so, I use the 1 to reload. And then I use the double 2. And again, I need a 7 or higher to hit him. I'm pretty sure I said, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 or higher. Let's unload to hit him. And we got a 7. Perfect. And now we're firing at his frontal side armor, which is 9. And our AP is 2. So we need 7 or higher to destroy him. Ah, we got a 6. You gotta be kidding me, man. Ah, that sucks. We roll on the C table with 2 dice. And we get a 6. That's good because that means we can load. And the 1 is fire extinguished, but we don't have any fire. So it is our Japanese troops' turn. We roll for the AT gun. And he rolls a turn. And the fire. And then we roll for the next AT gun, who will turn 2 times. Once like that, and then once like that. And then we roll for the Japanese units. So they roll 3, 3, which is fire, and 5, which is move. However, he will not move, because a Japanese infantry soldier will only move if they can get closer to a Sherman. So the only way he can move is that or that or that hex. He's currently 3 hexes away, And if he moves here, he's still 3 hexes away. And the same is true for these 2 hexes. So he will stay where he is. Very smart, because I can't fire at him as long as he's hiding in those tunnels on top of that high, rocky high ground. Okay, that means we go to Japanese firepower. And again, we roll 7 dice. That's too much. And this time we are lucky, not a single 6. Thank you. And then we roll 2d6 again. I'm sure it's going to be more reinforcements. And we got a 9, so yes, more infantry. And we roll a 4, and he's already on 4, so ha ha. Okay, and that is my turn again. Let's see what I want to do. I believe I will fire first, so we roll 5 dice. That's a pretty good roll. The 3 is not really something I need. I can't fire my machine guns, but I'll start by using the 6 to fire. And we have to see again here, his size is 4, he's 2 hexes away. That's 6, 7 because he's in a building, 7 or higher to hit him. And we roll a 10, so we hit him. His armor value is 9, our AP is 2, so we need 7 or higher to destroy him. 6 again, you gotta be kidding me. I used the 2 to load my gun, and then I used one of the 5s to fire again. Again, 7 or higher to hit him. And we get 11, and we need 7 or higher to destroy him. And this time we get a 9, so this time we managed to destroy the first artillery piece. That feels good. Now let's go ahead and roll for movement. We roll 5 dice on movement. And I am gonna use the 3 to turn. And then, if it wasn't for the fact that there were all of these forces here, I might have moved up. But I think that I have no alternative here, because if I move this way, I will be in line of fire from both the heavy artillery and the AT. So if I move here, I'm going to be in line of fire of that, and that. That's 3. So I'll just stay put, and I'll hope the soldier comes out. I'll deal with him, then move up, take out the AT, or move up here, take out that one, and make a run for it. So we only turn. And then we're all on the C table. 2 dice, 3 and 3, which is smoke or repair. And I'm gonna use smoke. And the reason why I don't use the double to get hold down is because the only thing that can attack me here is the infantry. And the hold down is ignored by infantry, but smoke is not. So I'll go with the smoke cover. And then we roll for the AT guns. We start with the one closest. He rolls 2 attacks, he can't attack. Next AT gun rolls attack and enter building, but he's not next to a building. So then we go for the infantry. Ooh, that's getting dangerous. So he does 1 movement and then 2 attacks. However, he's not adjacent, so we have 1 turn of possibility to deal with him. End of turn events. Japanese firepower. 2 for the artillery and 3 for the other units. That's 5. Crap. That's 1 more casualty. And now end of turn events. And roll a 7, so more reinforcements. And this time is on type 97. And it's a 5. And let's see here, where is 5? That is in the forest. Okay, it's not looking too good, guys, but I think I just gotta hurry up, because 4 more casualties were done, and I mean, there's more and more units, so this is gonna be rough. I think I have to do this as quick as possible if I'm gonna have any chance of winning. Okay, so we remove the smoke, and The question is if I want to pop my hatch, because with the end of turn events, if I roll a 2, 3, or 4, it's going to be sniper fire. But that's going to make it harder for me to roll the dice I need to fire the machine guns. So I think I'll keep his hatch open, and let's hope I don't have to pay for that. We'll start with movement. So we roll 5 dice. And we use the double 4 to move up ahead. And do we really want to do that, by the way? There's a AT gun that's gonna... Okay, maybe I don't do that. So I don't move at all. I roll on attack 5 dice. And this time I want 3s and 4s. And I only got 1 4, so that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, I'll use the 2 to load my gun. Other ones I ignore. Oh, wait, no, I can use them to fire at artillery. So, but first of all, I use the 4 to fire at this guy. So his size is 2. He's 2 hexes away, that's 4. And then he's a building, so that's 5. However, we're firing directly facing the target, so it's a 4. So 4 or higher, he's gone. Yay, roll a 4. That's perfect. And then we fire. I use the 5 to fire, and I can't because this is blocking my line of sight. Crap. Roll 2 dice on the C table. Roll a 6 and a 2. Repair and fire main gun, but we can't do those 2 things, so we just skip. We roll for the tank first, 4 dice. And he rolls a 2, which is move. 3, which is fire or move. And then another 3, which is fire or move. And then a 6, which is fire. If he can't fire, he will move. If he can't move, which he can't, he will get hold down. Okay. And we roll for the AT gun, which is closest. 5 and 3. 3 is turn. And then we have the next AT gun. 3 and 2, and 3 is turn. Like so. So that's gonna be a very difficult spot to take. Very, very difficult. We don't roll for the heavy artillery. We roll for Japanese firepower. And it's almost over now. 6 casualties, 1 more casualty, and it's finished. End of turn events. 10, which is more infantry. And 4, which is on this hill again. So it's finished. We can't do anything. We're dead. We're gonna try though, but it's very likely not gonna happen. Let's roll for movement first. We roll 5 dice. So we got a 6, we move up with that. We got another 6, we move up with that too, and the other ones we just skip. And then we roll for our attack. We roll, let's see, only 4 dice because we're in a building. And not really what we wanted, but all right. The 4s can be used for machine gun fire, but we cannot fire at him since he is in a high rocky high ground. We can use the double 4 though to instead attack. The size of the heavy artillery is 4. He's 1 hex away, that's 5. He's in a building, that's 6. 6 or higher to hit him. And we roll a 8, so we hit him. And now let's see here. We are firing at his frontal armor, which has a 9, and we have 2 AP, 8, 7, so we need 7 or higher to destroy him. And we roll a damn 6. We use the double 4 to load, and then we roll 2 dice on the C table. See, a 4 and a 5, so the 4 is turn or move, sorry, the 5 is turn or move, and the 4 is fire machine guns. I'm not gonna do any of those things. So that's it. Okay, we tried, but now we're probably gonna die. Okay, so we start with the tank. We roll 4 dice. And we roll a 1, which is fire or turn. He cannot fire, so he will turn. And then he rolls a 2, which is move or turn. He will move. And then a 3, which is fire or move, but he can't fire, so he will move. And then another 3, which is fire or move. He can't fire because he's blocked line of sight of this building, so he will move again. And then the AT guns. Let's start with the closest one. And here also 1, which is turned towards Sherman. And then a 6, which is fire. Okay, so he's gonna fire at my Sherman, and my Sherman has a size 4. He's 1 hex away, that's 5. He's in a building that's a 6 or higher to hit. And he rolls an 8, so he hits. My rear side armor value is 9, and his AP is 2, so he needs a 7 or higher to penetrate my armor. And he rolls a 6, thank God. And then next AT gun, and he rolls 3, which is turned towards Sherman, but he's already facing me, so it's gonna be fire. My size is again 4. I am 1, 2 hexes away, so that's 6. I'm in a building, so that's 7 or higher to hit. He rolls a 5, so he misses. Dear God. And then we have the infantry, which are adjacent, so they can indeed fire upon me. And let's see here, I think that might be... Okay, the 2 is move, he's not going to move. The 4 is move, he's not going to move. But the 6 is fire, so he will fire. Okay, let's see here. So first we have to see if he hits, of course. And my size is 4. I'm 1 hex away, that's 5. I'm in a building, it's 6 or higher. It rolls an 8. And then my front side is 10. His AP is 3, so 7 or higher. He rolls 8. So he does damage. We roll a d6. And we roll a 3, which is fire, fire, fire. The first fire we get in Lone Sherman, the Pacific. Okay, and that's the end of the Japanese actions. We go to Japanese firepower. We will roll a hell of a lot of dice now. It's going to be 2, 6. We roll a 6 now, it's over. And we roll 2 6s, so unfortunately we have now lost too many of our friendly forces, and it's over. That's very sad. I was so close. I just needed to take this guy out and then move 4 times and I would be good. Well, well, well. That's what happens. I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought I had it, but I got bogged down on the beach and in the water. So I think I fought valiantly, but the casualties were just too much, so I'm left alone, and I don't think a Sherman is gonna be alive very long, alone on Saipan. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for Saipan, the landing. Even though we did not manage to win the scenario, I am gonna play the next one. So, of course, when I play alone, I want progress usually if I'm not winning, so I'll play them one by one until I won and then move on to the next. But I doubt you want to see me try this map 10 times until I win. So next we play Saipan on the road to the city. Oh, let's just remove this stuff and see what the name of that scenario was. It's north towards Garapan, that's right. So north towards Garapan, let's see if we can fare better there than we did on the beach. Check the comment section. Mike is very good at commenting on all videos on his games. If I did some kind of fog of war moment, some small error, he will be nice enough to point that out. You can check the video description where you have Amazon links where you can buy this book. There's also a link to the Wargamevault where you can find the print and play edition of this game if you rather just do a print and play. Please like the video and comment. That really helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode of Lone Sherman and all of the other craziness that I do on this channel. And we're going to end it by saying thank you so much for watching. See you next time.